So, I guess let's step up to the plate. Anyways, the thought of the day has to do with, for those who don't know, I do love art. I'm an artist, and it's amazing how I take the time at time to go and tap into my community of Boyle Heights. Boyle Heights is very dearly to my heart, especially because of all the pain and hurt that I brought once that community at one point. And I know that I'm having children now, and I know that there's these new generations to come. And it's important that because I've gained access, that I give access, and I return to my community to try and ignite some kind of hope to the children who are still experiencing some of the issues that I was at one time due to my circumstances. So I went back and I went to Bridge Street School, and I went to 2nd Street Elementary School. Yeah. And I went to the charter schools that they have in place there, and I brought my talents. And I have many talents, and I feel that one of my talents not only is about substance abuse, my experience, but also the art talent. And so I break that with the kids, and I come in there, and now they start to see themselves in the mirror. And when I walk into the classroom, at first, they're looking at me like, who's this dude, right? But now I start to ask the questions, like, for example, so my name's Fabian, I'm an artist. I was not always an artist. It took me a while to become and recognize that I carry myself as an artist. And so I'm gonna ask you guys, how many of us still live in Boyle Heights? I do. All right, they're all pumped up. The little kids are now starting to recognize themselves within me. And I say, how many of us have gang members in the family? My dad's a gang member and he smokes weed all the time. Okay, that's cool. But that should not define who you become as an individual. How many of us are surrounded by domestic violence? I saw my dad push my mom down the stairs. Oh, you think that's funny, huh? I go, maybe you just don't know how to cope with it just yet, but that's what I'm here to do with my heart, all right? So just keep it like that. So we're gonna do a thing called community title wall. I'm gonna give each one of you a little piece of paper, and you're gonna draw for me something that is of importance to you, whatever that may be, symbol, environment, whatever speaks to you and reminds you of that important place, person, or thing. So then they start to draw. Go ahead, I've done this community title wall before, so I say, go ahead and go off and do your thing. So then the little boy goes, can I draw anything? I said, sure, you can draw whatever it is comes to mind. Okay, so he starts to draw his children, his brother's toys. He goes, I'm gonna draw my brother's toys. I go, go ahead. So he's drawing, now his time comes on, and it's time for him to come up, and they're gonna share what they did for what they drew. So one of the kids comes up, can I go first? I go, sure. I go, what did you draw? He goes, well, these are my brother's toys, and I drew my brother's toys because he passed away when I was, and now he's crying because his little brother passed away, and he drew his toys because he hasn't seen his brother. His brother died at a very young age. And he ran and he sat on the desk, and he put his shirt over his head, and it was my duty as an adult to come up there and massage his little shoulders and tell him that there's no need to live in shame. There's no need to live in shame. Remove that shirt from your head. Your brother's smiling. He wants you to continue to do that drawing. He's smiling from above, so feel free to continue. And so he just got excited, wiped his tears. Another kid comes up. Can I go? Can I go? I go, sure, come on up. So he comes up and he pulls out a drawing. I should have brought up my phone, but he pulls out this drawing and he goes, boom. And I go, oh. So what's this? He goes, this is an image of my brother and myself in the park, and that's the killer who came and shot my brother in the face in front of me. And it gives me the chills. He had the image of the drawing. There was a smiling face, and then he erased it and put a upside down face, and the killer was smiling. And when he showed that, for me it was like, man, there's still a lot of work ahead of us, and just because we've gone into a better place, and we say as fathers and mothers, we got to be attentive to what's happening within our households. These kids have a lot to carry. Now, what happened that day, the instructor comes after, and she tells me, Fabian, how did you do it? You come in here, and in a matter of 4 or 5 minutes, you gain the trust of these children. And I said, well, it's not really me doing this. It's because of the simple fact that they're looking at themselves in the mirror. And they also recognize that I am not no different than them. So today, on behalf of those children from Bridge Street School, Elementary School, and those kids in Boyle Heights, as well as South Central, Watts, and all the surrounding communities, I want to thank every single one of you for no longer contributing to that self-genocide that takes place within our communities. no longer being that killer that takes the brother of a child. So thank you for being part of Homeboy Industries and coming here to we can make this world a safer place for every single one of us and the new generations to come. So thank you on behalf of the children, and so let's keep doing our transformation.
Please bow your head. Heavenly Father, we come before you today. Thank you for another beautiful day, man. For allowing us to open our eyes to see and breathe another beautiful day. And we just want to ask that you give us the strength and the courage to make the right decisions today and for the rest of our lives. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.